So, should you be counting net carbs or total carbs? Hey folks, my name's Allie. Let's get started. So let me just start this video by saying that I focus on the ketogenic lifestyle for weight loss and weight maintenance. So that is my perspective. I used it myself to lose a lot of weight. I mean, that's just, me saying why you might want to listen to somebody who has lost weight on a ketogenic lifestyle. But that's always my focus. So that means that I do not see, fat as a goal. I don't really believe in the whole eat 70% fat to lose weight. Okay. But we'll talk about that in just a minute. But anyway, so yes, please remember that I focus on weight loss as a goal through the ketogenic lifestyle and weight maintenance. So I get lots of questions asking whether I personally do net carbs or total carbs and what other people should do. And I'm just going to tell you right here, I'm going to say do net carbs. So what exactly is a carb? Well, basically carbs are sugars, starches, fiber, and sugar alcohols. Now, carbs generally elicit a strong glucose response in your blood system, which makes you crave things. You're riding that blood sugar wave throughout the day. And so on the ketogenic lifestyle, we try to cut them out because if we're eating higher protein and a little bit higher fat, then we're feeling more satisfied and we're at a baseline throughout the day. So again, a carb is sugar, starches, fiber, and sugar alcohols. But what is a net carb exactly, if you don't know? Well, I'm going to tell you. A net carb is the total amount of carbs subtracting out the fiber and the sugar alcohols. I almost want to call them gross carbs for total carbs, but whatever. So a total carb has all of those things. A net carb, you take out the fiber and the sugar alcohol. Because the fiber doesn't really affect the blood sugar, your body digests it different, or it doesn't digest it at all, I believe. Just saying. And there are some sugar alcohols that don't affect your blood sugar either. I think it's called having a GI index of 0. Some of them do, but like erythritol, which is what I used to use, does not. But again, it could be different for everybody, and it could also have to do with chemicals in your brain, making you crave sweets, but we'll get to that anyway. I'm getting ahead of myself. Also, to remember to be in a state of ketosis, and really the only thing that affects being in a state of ketosis is that you are eating so few carbs that your body is forced to run on fat for fuel. So generally, we say stick to about 20 net grams of carbs per day. Sometimes I go up to like 25 net grams per day. It just depends. But stick to about 20, and then you are in a state of ketosis if you are logging your food and tracking it on a food scale and all of that. Again, that is the only way to get yourself into a state of ketosis where your body's running on fat. It's not the amount of fat that you eat. Okay, so remember, this is why I said I don't really believe in the whole 70% fat unless you are actually trying to solve some severe medical issues like neurological issues because you need to eat that high fat and you do not need to lose weight. But remember, you are getting that 70% fat. You're just not eating it. Your body, for weight loss, needs to burn it. So it is consuming that higher amount of fat. You're just not eating it. So definitely always remember that you want to stick to the 3 tenets of ketogenic weight loss. That is to keep carbs low at about 20 to 25 net grams of carbs per day. Hit a protein goal. No, it won't kick you out of ketosis to eat 100 grams of protein if that's what your body needs. And then remember that fat or calories is a limit, okay? So that fat will tell you how many calories you can eat before you will start overeating. Just keep that in mind. But let's go through some of the pros and cons of each approach. And as I kind of researched this quickly, just because I've always done net carbs, but I wanted to have some better reasons why, I do want to say that if you have questions or you're not sure how to go about a ketogenic lifestyle, definitely check out the subreddit for keto on reddit.com and look at the FAQ or the FAQ, as I like to call it, and it kind of goes through everything you need to know about a ketogenic lifestyle for weight loss. Okay, but let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, I am pro net carb, and I'll tell you why through a list of pros. If you do net carbs and you're able to subtract out that fiber and those sugar alcohols, then that means that you're going to get to eat more vegetables. And guys, I've tried carnivore, and there are many people out there who promote carnivore, and that's great for them. But I like a little bit of variety in my life. I like to saute me some buttery vegetables, or I like to roast some vegetables. And I just like, the hints of sweetness that I can get from vegetables, and to me they're just really good, and they kind of help with that volume feeling. Sometimes I just want to feel full from fibrous vegetables, and because I can subtract out the fiber and not hit my carb limit, then I'm going to be able to eat more vegetables, and vegetables have lots of minerals. They're great. So I used to be fat and very heavy, and I used to love the feeling of a full stomach, and I still do. So allowing just that fiber in your diet can really help with getting that fullness feeling. Also, if you do the net carbs, then you can incorporate more sweet treats into your lifestyle because those sugar alcohols can also be subtracted out from that overall carb count. Now, again, there are lots of people out there who talk about the types of sugar alcohols that you should or shouldn't eat on keto. I think Keto Connect made a really good video. If you search for it, I'll try and post a pic, maybe even link it down below, trying to help you guys out. And again, if you are allowing more vegetables into your life because you are subtracting out that fiber, you just have more opportunities for variety. For example, a lot of people say that something like a red bell pepper is too sugary, or even a carrot. And I look at those foods, and once I subtract out the fiber, they're not that carby. So I can include those, and I can make, a variety of foods that do have a hint of sweetness. So that's just something that I like to incorporate, and it keeps me going and makes this diet more sustainable because I'm enjoying my food. And as I always say, you guys know this. I mean, it's not nothing new. Sustainability is the key for weight loss of any type of diet that you're on. I really had to try and come up with a con for doing net carbs. And the only one that I could think of is if you really struggle with craving that full stomach feeling, then allowing yourself to get that volume might not let you get over that craving. But it's fiber. I don't know. So I really can't think of a con when it comes to doing net carbs. But let's go over and switch to the pros and cons of a total carb count. You would probably definitely be in ketosis if you've been measuring and logging and you're sticking to that 20 to 25 gram carb limit per day. If you're doing total carbs, then you are definitely going to be in a state of ketosis because there's just less risk of having that insulin response because you are definitely eating less carbs overall. Even though vegetables don't have a lot of calories, you could technically save that fiber calorie count for other foods in your life. Again, vegetables don't have a lot, so why not just eat some fiber and enjoy it? That's just me, Do what you want to do. That's what I always say too. You got to adapt it to your lifestyle and your needs. And so if that's important to you, saving a few calories on fiber and, a few carbs for vegetables and putting that elsewhere, then do that. Now, eating a little bit less volume might help you get over an addiction like that. Sometimes I really do just want to feel full. Sometimes I don't care about it. So it's going to depend on what you want to do. But if getting over that desire to feel full is something that you need in your life, then maybe, going total carb or gross carb could actually help. But something that I do think that going total carb can actually help with is getting over a sweet treat addiction. If you have a sweet tooth, I definitely think avoiding sugar alcohols, especially in the beginning of starting keto, can really help. Now, I'm not saying I avoided all sugar alcohols. I use Splenda and I use like sugar-free Jello and all that, but the thing was, when I read online about people eating sugar-free chocolates and sugar-free candies, and then I go look at that stuff in the store, I didn't realize you could subtract out the sugar alcohol from the total carb count. So I was looking at these treats, and one serving was like 13, 14 grams of net carbs because I was just subtracting out the fiber. So I didn't buy those easy to eat keto-friendly candies and things because I didn't know you could take out that sugar alcohol. So what I'm saying is I think that I kind of got over the need to just see something in the store that's easy, even though it is keto friendly because you can do that net carb count with the sugar alcohol. It kind of helped me get over that. So I would say that that's a really good pro of going total carb when it comes to sugar alcohols and easy foods like that if you have a sweet tooth. Okay, now let's get to the cons. These are a little bit easier to think of. If you're eating less vegetables because you're restricting your carb to total carbs, then you might be missing out on some micronutrients. I mean, sometimes I worry even on net carbs if I'm getting enough micronutrients and minerals and things. So I take a multivitamin every day. It's just the generic one. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Equate, okay? If you're doing total carbs, you might find that you have less variety of food because why would you want to maybe incorporate, those slightly carbier vegetables like carrots and bell peppers if you can't subtract out that fiber? So you might be just stuck eating like, I don't know, leafy greens like spinach and lettuce. But if that works for you, then great. But I'm just thinking that most people would get bored eating just leafy greens. I mean, I love to saute, some peppers together and make like an Asian inspired dish. So that's just what goes on in my life day to day. But for me, I am definitely a net carb person. I love having vegetables in my life and that's just something that I need. Like I do like that volume feeling. I enjoy the taste of vegetables on keto. I've never eaten so many vegetables in my life. Vegetables are good for you, you know, even if you want to try carnivore, yeah, that's fine. I'm sure you can get what you need, but I like the idea of having vegetables, so that's what I do. But again, like I said, the first few years on keto, I did not realize that you could sub out those sugar alcohols from easy candies, so I avoided them, and I just never really craved those types of sweets. I did always make my own type of sweet treat at home, but I think that it really helped to cut out a lot of calories and added fats and things that I didn't need because I was losing weight, because I didn't think that I had that ability to consume those things. Well, folks, those are just my thoughts on that. I think most people on the ketogenic lifestyle do net carbs. Because why not? You know, if you look at the pros and the cons, and I really tried to come up with, you know, what I could manage here in this list. But let me know, did I miss a pro or a con for net carb or total carb? Let me know. I'd love to hear your opinions and your thoughts. Yes, I am changing things up a bit, going old school with this lovely, lovely background that I got going on over here. Bit of a shorter video today, but I've been busy, lots of stuff going on behind the scenes. And I posted about that on my Instagram. If you'd like to know what's happening and going on in the world, you should check out my Instagram. It's keto_Allie. But if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That would help me out so much. And if you'd like to follow me on other social media, I will link all that down below. I am about to fix my website, so keep an eye out for that. But again, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Allie. Have a good one. Bye!